This is a quick tutorial on how to use the site Timetoast for making timelines. You'll go to www.timetoast.com. From there you will need to sign up. When you click on sign up, it's going to ask you to choose which of the different accounts you'd like, and what you're going to do is go to this public $0 a month, and that's the plan you're going to choose. From there, it's going to ask you for some account details. You can just use your AASD account if you'd like to. You do have to choose a username, so I will do that. Then you will put in your email, a password confirmation, and then a security question to make sure that you're actually a human being and not a robot. You'll click right here where it says I understand and agree to the terms, and then create your account. I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in. When you do sign in, you can simply use your username or your email. When you go in, there are different tabs along the top. The first tab, which is Public Timelines, shows you different timelines that people have made on the site Timetoast. What you'll want to do, though, is go to Dashboard. That's where your timelines will be that you've created. You can see I have a few timelines that I've already created here. What I'm going to do is go right over to this blue button and click Add a Timeline. I will then give it a title. Choose a title that's appropriate. I'm going to make this one on Wisconsin History. Then you can choose to have this just be a draft, which means it's not published yet and not shareable yet, or you can make it public right from the beginning if you want. You can always change this at any time. But public is what you'll have to have your timeline be in order to share it with your teacher later. You can also select which category this would be. Most of the time it is for school, so you can look and see which of these categories fits well, and I would say history would be a good one for your class. Next, you can choose a photo that will show up as the main part right here of your timeline. To do that, you'd have to go onto Google Images and find a photo that you want to use and then upload it. I've already saved a picture that I want to use, so I'm going to go ahead and find that picture, and it usually will spin for just a little time, but you can click on Create Timeline while that's spinning. It'll eventually just show up. And this part can take just a minute, so be patient. Here's where you can switch between draft and public by just moving the slider over. Now what we're going to do is come right down here and simply add an event. Does anybody know what year Wisconsin became a state? Well, that's my first event that I'm going to put in. So the title is going to be Statehood. Then I can put an actual date right here, and I know it was 1848. I also happen to know that it became a state on May 29th. I had to look that up to get that information. So I'm going to make sure I set the correct month and the correct day. I can insert a link here if I'd like to. This could be a hyperlink that could take me to another website to give more information about that if I wish to. Right here is where I can write my 2-sentence description in this box right here. And then over here I can choose an image that goes with my event. And again, I would just use Google Images and save that image before bringing it in. So I'll simply click on Choose an Image, find the image that I want. In this case, I have some images from the past that I've used, but I want to upload an image right here. Now I will find the image I saved. There it is. It's coming in. It takes a minute just to process it. Then once it's processed, I can select it and hit Done, and now that picture goes with my event. Now I will click on Create Event, and you can see I have one event in my timeline right here. If I click this, it makes it come nice and big again, and I can edit it if I need to. Now it's time to add another event. This time my event doesn't really have an exact day and month. It's just a year. So I might have to, since I don't know for sure, just set this at January 1st because I don't know the exact date. I couldn't find it for the settlement at Prairie du Chien. But I'm just going to say January 1st, 1781. I found an image and I will create the event. Now there is one other option that you have when putting events on your timeline, and that is that you can add a time span. So you can actually have a start date to an end date if you have an event that took place over a time span. Everything else is the same, just choosing your start and end dates if you want to do that. Right, when you are finished, just make sure you have this on public. And I will show you quickly how to share this with your teacher when you're all done. We're going to go to view this timeline, which is right up here. You can also find this timeline in your dashboard. That's another way to share it. Is just go to dashboard and look for the different timelines you've created. Here's my Wisconsin history that I'm working on right now. And I can simply go to this screen where I see my different events, and I will copy, Control-C, or right-click copy this link, and that's the link I will turn into my teacher to share the timeline. When the teacher puts this link as a URL, they will see your timeline, just like you're seeing it right here on my screen. All right, that's it for Timetoast. It's a really cool timeline maker, and I hope you find it easy. If you have any questions, I'm Mrs. Norton. I'm down in the LMC, and I can help you with any work that you need. All right, good luck, and do a good job on your project. Bye, everyone.